Hello Star Souls and welcome to my channel. To those of you who are new, and welcome back to my returning subscribers. So this is one of the pick a card readings that you guys picked on the poll. I'm gonna do both. I was really leaning towards past lives and yeah, really into the Akashic Records pick a card, but spontaneously I just felt drawn to do the other one first. But don't worry, we're gonna do both anyways. Just this one is coming out first. I felt like for some reason you may underestimate the topic a little bit, but it's nice, or let's say important, for you to know how your aura affects people. This is how people perceive you, and this is how, but we're also going to look into how you affect them. So yeah, I think it's important to know how we influence each other energetically, because sometimes we won't even know it. We won't even realize what we're doing to somebody else unintentionally. So I think it's a nice topic. It will definitely arise some self-awareness, which I believe is super important. So we're going to be doing this pick a card, and we are going to have three groups, as most of the time we do have just three. So group number one is going to be this beautiful stone. This one really reminds me of Jupiter. I mean, come on, look at those. Look at those beautiful colors. So yeah, this is gonna be the first group. Group number two. I believe this is tangerine celestite. Selenite. I think it's selenite. I'm sorry. Yeah. Anyways. So here you go. This is group two. And group three is gonna be this piece of, I believe this is mountain clear quartz, if I'm not wrong. So I don't have prepared piles, which means that I'll be shuffling and pulling cards live, which means that this will take some time, and it's gonna be an absolutely free-flowing reading. I don't have a particular structure with a spread, with anything like that. We're just gonna pull cards from different decks and I will channel. So that's basically it. You can pause the video and take time to focus on the crystals if you wish to, or if you're already done with your choice, then you can go ahead and click on the timestamps in the comment section below. And yeah, I'll see you in your pile. Okay, pile one, hello and welcome to your reading. So let's see, how do you guys affect people with your aura? How do they perceive you? And yeah, let's just get into it. So I'll start off with this small deck. How do people perceive pile one? How do people perceive pile one? Libra, we've got evaluate. Dominance. Ooh, interesting. You have Libra, which is a very harmonious, peaceful sign, and then you have dominance. So something I would say, people perceive that you guys may want to be ahead of the game so that you stay in control and you stay dominant, even within group projects, even within your relationships, personal relationships, but also business relationships. It's almost like you prefer to be one step ahead. You prefer to evaluate things quickly so you can so you can be timey with your decisions, is what I'm trying to explain here. This is really the energy I'm channeling. Being timey, that's the way I'm getting this. Like doing things in the right moment so that you can stay somehow dominant, so that you can stay in control of the situation. And Sagittarius, protect. Okay. We have a lot of the upper chakras going on here, color wise. We do have bits of reds and orange, but the dominant energy here is wisdom. The dominant energy here is mental. Okay, so people perceive you to be calculated, mental, wise, very smart, and knowledgeable. When you take action, you usually sometimes your intuition, or what you perceive to be intuition, might come across as calculations to people, if that makes sense. Because you may sometimes underestimate that you make certain decisions out of knowledge and you call those intuitive, or I was feeling like it. But the truth of the situation is that for many of you, you made decisions after research. Libra is not much of a risk taker sign. Sagittarius is, but in this combination, and because I'm also channeling for you guys intuitively, I am getting that you do rely on the accumulated knowledge. With Sagittarius also, Sagittarians are risk takers, but what people may not understand is they take risks because they have accumulated knowledge, even from past lives, and they can tap into it. That's why they're sometimes, like happy-go-lucky, and you think they're very childish or whatever, but they instinctively still act upon knowledge. It's not like Aries, Sagittarians usually explore, but they often have background in the areas they explore from previous incarnations. And I think people perceive you as someone who, whatever you start, whatever new thing you begin, you are already good at it. You already have some skills. And that's why with dominance, your energy dominates the field, it dominates the area. You do create gravity and you do draw attention without trying. It's not like Leo. You don't outshine everybody. Everybody willingly listens to you and pay attention to you, because Libra again is a Venus ruled sign and draws a lot of attention, but Libra does it in a very subtle way. Sagittarius doesn't really care. So this combo here talks really about natural gravitational pull, natural magnetism that you guys have. And even when you want to lead, because Sagittarius with Canis Major dominance here, even when you guys want to lead, with Libra, you still do it in such a way that everybody wants you to lead. Everybody wants you to step up, step to the front. They may unconsciously, make room for you and let you lead them. Because you have this way of communicating with people where you sweet talk people and you may not even realize it. How do you affect people? Consciousness. Okay, you do raise people's consciousness. Yeah, this is interesting because honestly with Libra I'm getting also being a mediator. So you make communication between completely different people possible, and this elevates people consciousness. Because you make it possible for them to tap into fields, to connect with people, and therefore to connect with people's wisdom that they normally would not. They would normally ignore. Anger. With the dominance card, for sure, there is a little bit of that. Let's see. How do you affect people? Interesting. Interesting because these two resonate, and these two resonate. So yeah, that's an interesting alignment. Okay, you guys can make people listen to you. You can make people listen to you naturally, but you may not always listen to people fully. This may anger them a little bit. It's like they know you're right and they want to follow you or whatever, but they can still, no matter how good you are, they can still dislike you. No matter how good you are at something, people can still dislike you. So it's interesting because they're naturally drawn to you. They know you bring some benefits to their life, okay? But at the same time, they dislike you. Why is that? Perhaps some of you are very independent. Despite this Libra energy, I'm not getting the relationship vibe where you're very dependent on people, to be quite honest. You might be very independent and you may trigger people into feeling like you don't need them, so they don't feel very special. They don't feel like they're special to you, like they're precious to you. So what I'm getting here is you may be very protective of your loved ones. You may be really willing to take on responsibility for them. With Libra, actually, what I'm getting is you may feel responsible for people, but sometimes you're outdoing yourselves by one, and people can notice that. Again, as I said, you're very mental, so you think things through. You sort things out, you evaluate every situation on a mental level. Even with consciousness, you're very aware, you're very conscious of what's going on, but I don't feel emotions in the reading, or in at least how you affect or how people perceive you or how you affect them. There is no an emotional component to this. Component, excuse me, excuse my pronunciation. So yeah, there is not an emotional component to this, and this makes feel people like you don't actually love them or care about them despite everything that you do. They feel, they see what you do, but they don't really connect with it. Or sometimes you guys may feel underappreciated and angry because things are getting out of balance for you, because you guys took on too many responsibilities for others, because you felt responsible and you wanted to control the situation, you wanted to dominate, and that's why you took on all of these tasks. So I think a big lesson for pile number one is to allow people to help them and to learn how to see people as their equal. No matter how no matter how knowledgeable you are in certain fields, you still should let others execute their part of the project, or just their part of the situation, and trust that they're gonna do what they can best. Because often when we want to do everything, it's because we feel like only we can do it the way it's supposed to be done. And we can underestimate people around us. So that's something I see that people feel when they're with you. They feel like you're very generous, and they feel like they really want to show off that they're close to you, or that they're spending time with you. Because with Libra, again, some of you might be in a subtle way famous or desired. It's like everyone's secret desire, or everyone's secret ideal friend, partner, parent, whatever it is. People do tend to perceive you like that, and they know others perceive you like that, so they feel proud when they are with you or around you, when they spend time with you. But yeah, they do feel emotionally disconnected with your pile one, and that is something you definitely should work on. Okay, let me see. How do you guys affect people with your energy? How do you guys affect people with your energy? How do you guys affect people with your energy? This is interesting. Oh, King of Wands. Oh my god, pile one. You make people excited. You make people feel like there are so many possibilities out there. But sometimes in the way you communicate might also leave the impression that, yeah, there are so many possibilities, but only pile one can execute those tasks, and only pile one can actually grab a hold of these possibilities and make them work, and I cannot. This is how sometimes you would make people feel. Of course, this partially is their own insecurity, but it's just how your energy comes across sometimes. When you're confident and excited, people feel like you know it all, and you know exactly what you're supposed to do. And sometimes this amount of confidence, when you give advice to people, it can make them feel like you're judging them. You guys might be trying to help them, and you're telling your story because you really want to help someone, but they're left with the impression that you're judging their decisions, or you're judging their journey, or you're telling them that, how come you don't know this yet, or how come you haven't tried this, how come you haven't left your comfort zone, for example. Oh, okay, yeah, so 4 of Cups and 5 of Cups, you see? Like, you guys offer gold to people, and people may feel discouraged. Not because of anything, but how you communicate your advices, and how you offer this gold of yours. It can make people feel like they themselves are empty, and like somehow you want to help, but the attention is on you, so people would feel a bit unacknowledged. So despite all of your good intentions, this is how sometimes you would trigger people to feel. And yeah, if you perhaps Libra is coming up to also teach you, this constellation is also showing up so that we can channel energies that you guys need to work on. Libra is supposed to teach you that it's not just about the mental exchange of ideas, and reaching a point of agreement. Libras do like harmony, and do like it when people agree with each other. It feels most balanced. But sometimes people agree with each other, but they don't it's just logical, but they don't feel in their hearts on the same wavelength. They don't feel acknowledged or appreciated, and it's almost like, yeah, you're correct, you're right, I totally agree with you, but at the same time they feel like you don't understand their subjective truth or their feelings. So I think it's a big lesson for you to, when you offer advice, to first ask if people want to hear that, or somehow involve more of the emotional aspects of the situation when you offer advice, when you try to, guide your friends or close ones or even clients. Just try to be more emotionally involved, so people don't feel frustrated with how you understand them. It's almost like, yeah, you read me so clearly, but why don't I feel the empathy? Okay, pile one. that was a bit, that was a bit harsh of me, actually. I think I did what you guys sometimes might do with people. Let's see. Listen, I want to get something out. Um, your confidence, your self-assurance, your self-empowerment should never be diminished or, lowered for the sake of not hurting someone, or basically don't minimize yourself for other people. Other people should grow up and find their own confidence, find their own self-empowerment. But there is a very thin line when we're talking about emotional intelligence. Of course, don't dim your light and minimize yourself. But when you care for someone, and for example, you know that they're going through something difficult, you should never really attack them with your own great experiences and with your wisdom, you know. So you should just be conscious, okay? When is it appropriate for you to maybe not come across as so confident, but rather to learn how to relate to people, and, you know, instead of like attacking them and telling them what they should not do, because I see a lot of like energies around people perceive you as a guide, okay? People perceive you as someone wise who can give them knowledge, wisdom, and advices. But when you do that, if someone is very vulnerable, perhaps you should start off with how you felt similarly in the past and how you relate to them and how you're not disvalidating their emotions. I will spot often in many motivational speakers, and I understand where they come from. It's kind of like sometimes you should just shake somebody awake to the truth of reality and, motivate them to do the right thing, but you have to be really tuned into this person if that is what they need at the time. So if you feel like someone is very vulnerable and they may break if you act like that, if you deliver your message in this manner, perhaps you should hold back this urge to attack them and shock them with your ground shaking truth and rather be a bit more gentle and subtle until you pull them to the shore. Okay, they're no longer drowning, they're on the shore, and now you can be a bit more fierce and you can be a bit more encouraging and motivating and a bit more urgent with your message. So yeah, I'm never suggesting dim your light for someone else's comfort, but as I said, when we care about someone, when we tune in their energy, it's not always as simple as I love myself and I'm not gonna back down for anybody. We're talking about really emotional tune in with the other person. We're talking about emotional discernment, emotional intelligence, whatever you want to call it. You just, you feel what's right for this person at the time. People also may feel like you have very high standards, and they may feel like you guys are the heartbreaker pile one. They may feel like you're not willing to commit in a relationship, or you're not willing to settle down, which is amazing. I personally am the same way, so I'm not judging you. But yeah, this is how people would sometimes perceive it, that your standards are way too high and you may not want to settle down. This card came out in reversed. The Tower, disruption and conflict. People feel like nothing can shake you. Yeah, sure, you can get angry, but you see how, like, you have consciousness, you have anger, and then you have balance. It's almost like you always keep yourself centered. After any storm, you can just come back to your center and calm down, and nothing can really shake you. You always come back alive. You always come out of a situation victoriously, or very with very solid ground, very solid foundation. How do people perceive balance aura? Too many cards. Something about your home. I'm hearing something about your house. Okay, too many cards. Come on, Spirit, please. How do people perceive power one? Okay, King of Rings or King of Pentacles, responsibility and abundance. Wow, okay. Yeah, people perceive you that you guys are building empires in the most unconventional ways. People perceive that you're really going your own way. You're paving your own path. And you pretty much don't care about what other people are doing. Of course, again, this can sometimes frustrate people, like, but you're just not looking at others. You're really looking at your own journey. And there is nothing more nothing else appears so self-assured and self-empowered like minding your own business. You guys truly mind your own business. You're not afraid to grind and work, and people do see this. People definitely see this, and they see how stable you are despite any curveballs thrown at you. You just remain stable and you keep on building up and accumulating resources, assets, knowledge, experience. People perceive you as committed to yourself and your journey and your growth. People definitely perceive you as someone loyal, but why I said it's difficult for you to commit and people can notice that, it's because of your high standards. But once you do commit, you're very loyal and stable. Partners, bosses, any role that you commit to, you carry it out fully till the very end. Ace of Swords, yes, breakthrough, mental focus. Again, you guys are smart. You guys have the knowledge, the wisdom. You access great ideas. Okay, with the Ace of Swords, it's easy for you to access the mental plane of people that were really genius went to in meditations, in deep states of trance. Like, you guys do that. You guys do that with the Ace of Swords. You can access higher wisdom, higher knowledge, um, higher ideas. Okay, so and with the King of Pentacles backing up this Ace of Swords, it seems to people like you're someone absolutely capable to carry out an idea into the physical realm and completely make it manifest for yourself. Failure of people. Lost love, surrender, healing, and release. Okay. I feel people are suspicious that you guys went through something that absolutely changed you and made you very firm. I feel people are suspecting that something made you harden in life and made you close your heart. Peace, dissolving unwanted or disturbing thoughts. I feel you would often encounter people that reflect back to you your old self, and you feel like you know exactly how to fix the issue now that you came out of something deep, maybe a very deep depression, um, something heavy, okay? I'm not gonna go in depth into it. But you felt quite lost and abandoned by love and harmony and peace. You felt like these energies just left your life and you felt responsible for recreating them, pulling them back into your life. But it took you a lot of time. Basically, you weren't born necessarily as this empowered individual. Life made you empowered. And when you encounter people who remind you of who you used to be, again, you may feel like you know exactly how to fix the issue, and that's why you may come off a bit aggressive. And this is probably because you have some regrets about past decisions, and you're so badly trying to prevent those decisions happening in someone else's life. It's almost like you're trying to rewrite your own past by helping out somebody else. People may secretly perceive that you're supposed to release control a little bit and enjoy peace and enjoy freedom. I think you guys are doing amazing in life, but at the same time, people may perceive like you don't have freedom, or you're not enjoying life, or you forgot how to love or how to be loving and just gentle. And maybe this is something that they think you should work on, especially your close friends, because honestly these cards are somehow revealing very deep parts of you, and parts of you that others don't really see. You don't really talk about, you don't really show, but they would be suspicious of or secretly think. For some of you, I'm getting that some people were wondering about your father, about the father figure in your life, or an ex-husband or something, because I feel like there are hints in your communication with certain people where you don't talk about your dad or your family or your husband or something. And yeah, people are suspicious around a father figure or just an older masculine figure in your life. They wonder where this person is. Are they present in your life? So again, how do you guys affect people through your light work? As a light worker, how do you affect people? Spirals of manifestation. Yes, you help people manifest their dreams. You help people be brave and go after their desires and create their reality. You might be really talking about the law of attraction, the universal laws that can help us understand how we are responsible of the things we experience. And you definitely help people attract more abundance and more of their desires in their life. That's for sure. So any of you can be a great manifestation coach, law of attraction, law of assumption coach. You can be really good at that. In fact, I'm getting that many of you can be great teachers and coaches. In any of your field of expertise, you can be a great coach. That's how people perceive you. So you would be really abundant in clients. You do know how to, when it comes to that sort of communication, teaching, I think you can be really good at it because you can really dive into the details and you can really sense exactly what questions your client needs to be answered for them. So, by one, this is all I see for you. I hope you guys enjoyed this and I hope you resonated. Let me know in the comment section below. I'm sorry if I was a little bit harsh. But yeah, this is how people perceive you, the good and the bad. As always with me, we get the good and the bad. But still, I hope this reading somehow helps you be more aware of your habitual ways of connecting with others, relating to them energetically, emotionally, intellectually. And yeah, I hope this improves your relationships with people. Let me know once again, and if you want to support my channel, you can like, subscribe, or share this content with friends. If you resonate with my readings in general, you can share my channel with people that you also feel like may resonate with me. That would be great. Top notch. So yeah, thank you for spending this divine timing with me, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Hello, pilots, you, and welcome to your reading. So let's see, what do people think about you and your energy? How do they perceive it, and how does your energy affect them and their auric field? And just in general, like how do you interact with them on all levels? So let's look into it. I will begin with these. Okay, let's see. Oh no. I'm seeing a dolphin. I think that you guys may naturally draw to yourselves kids, laughter, joy. These are the key words I'm getting here. Or you may not realize how good you would be with children. Fixes, guide, okay. Apus, imagine. You can guide people's imagination. You guys could be storytellers, artists, storyboard artists, animators, in both senses, like animate children, work with them, or animate movies. There is so much creativity what pilots you. You guys have a lot of solar plexus energy. Okay, this one. Cancer, distract, and Cancer does connect to children. The mother figure, so this is really interesting. Okay, so people naturally perceive you as someone very entertaining and nurturing. They love your energy, they get charged when they are around you. About you. Okay. Leo Minor, Master. Okay, we're going to see what this connects to, but this card just came on its own. I think you saw it. Woo. Woof. What a dramatic turn, Pyotio. Space. So interesting. I feel like everyone perceives you to be extroverted, ready to go, they love your energy, you're adventurous, or you're just so much fun, you want to get creative, you want to laugh, and you really want to indulge in the joy of sharing your company with someone, but then suddenly you can just go completely aloof and like disappear. You completely retreat in your own space. You redraw your energy back to yourself. You completely pull away, and when you do, people can feel like you ghosted them or like it became really cold suddenly. I don't think you guys have that many friends, real friends that you actually enjoy spending time with, because see how few stars each constellation has? A lot of constellations have so many stars. Well, yeah, I mean, a lot of them. And you only gathered the fewer ones, so determination. Okay, so you guys could be really into sports. People could see you as the person who would climb up the mountain. I'm telling you, they feel like you guys have a lot of energy, you're very enthusiastic about life, but sometimes it's almost like you can have just as much fun on your own, completely on your own, or you just withdraw and disappear, and people wonder where you've been, and it turns out you guys went on a pilgrimage or a vacation, and they're like, wait, did you go alone? And you're like, yeah. Or you're talking about, I had a party last night. You had a party. Why? Did you celebrate with people? No, I was on my own. That's the energy I feel from you. You're super excited and like super energized. You may even motivate people to work out, or um, some of you might, some of you might joke that you guys are potatoes or whatever. But and just when you come together with people, you're so ready to go. But at the same time, people are very surprised that you keep up the same levels when you're on your own, and you can enjoy just as much your time with yourself. Also, I do feel like for many of you, there is a deep, dark, aspect of you that people don't know about, and a lot of you would cover it with humor. And let's have fun. Let's do this, let's do that. I'm so excited about life. Good vibes only. But beneath this, there is something quite deep that people have only sensed, but I don't feel like pretty much anyone truly got to know this aspect of you, or truly is certain of the existence of this aspect of you. Like, they only suppose it's plausible, right? It's possible for you to have that if you're such a fun person. They think of, oh, every comedian is the saddest person or something. They think of that saying when they think of you, but it's just your overall energy really masks, or it's not even a mask, it's just two different aspects of you, you know. It doesn't mean one is fake and the other is true. um but yeah, people wonder if that exists within you. People wonder if you're actually, ooh, shit. I got this message that people wonder if you're actually deep or if you prefer surface level relationships. Although I do sense you guys don't have many friends, okay? Sometimes people may wonder if you're actually deep or how deep exactly you are. How deep you go into things. Comfort. You give people comfort, you make them feel pretty, you make them feel beautiful, you make them feel good about themselves. You guys are so encouraging and so soothing to people. And people feel like, look at this yellow growth, illumination, happiness. Yes. If people feel like they can grow alongside with you, they don't feel outshined and they don't feel threatened. And you may wonder, wait, are they underestimating me? No, that's not it. They just don't feel threatened. They feel like you're very down to earth, as happy as you can be, and as flamboyant and shiny as you can get. You're very humble at the same time. You never try to outshine people, or at least they don't feel this. Leo minor, master. You're this little master. Oh, it's cute because some people may perceive like you're doing something that is so unlike your appearance. And you know, for example, this I'm thinking of anime, for example, this small cute girl that turns out to be a serial killer, or she turns out to be the strongest in the room amongst all guys. Pretty shitty stereotype, but that's that's what this reminds me of. Like, you're this little master of something that you don't look like doing. You don't appear as someone who would work on this or do that or do this. You don't appear as such person, but you are, and you're actually really good at it. You guys can distract people from their difficulties. You can really make them have fun, which is super cool. I think everybody needs a friend like this. Okay, let's see. Okay. It's really difficult to shuffle circular decks. Sometimes it works, sometimes it does not. So how do you affect people with your energy? How do you affect people with your energy? Ace of Swords. You make them feel like things will come into solution. You make them feel like they would be victorious. You always back them up. People have the confidence to trust you. They find you trustworthy, and they find you honest, and they appreciate your honesty. You know, it's like you can distract them and help them have fun and spark their imagination, guide them and everything, but they know that you're not sugarcoating or lying to them. It's like you provide a different sense of comfort. It's interesting because even when you speak the truth, you say it in such a way that they feel comfortable to hear the truth from you, but not from someone else, for example. Knight of Swords. You always go to the rescue of your friends. They really appreciate your loyalty, and they do appreciate that you're ready to fight for them. You're ready to fight for the people you love. Cancer, Leo energy, you are ready to fight for the people you love. Page of Cups, again, imagination, children, creativity. You guys inspire people to be creative because you yourselves are very creative. And even sometimes without trying, you just have it as a natural gift. And people are very impressed, like, whoa, wow, you really do this so well. They didn't even get an education for it. It's just a natural talent. I feel like people find you to be full of natural talents. Eight of Wands. Eight of Wands was reversed, to be honest with you. You guys are not making impulsive decisions. So, yeah, you are a lot of fun, okay? But you're not making impulsive decisions. You have a strong intuition when not to act upon something, and the strong intuition comes along with not just the Page of Cups but also the Ace of Swords. I think when it comes to the big aspects of life, you are very organized. Determination, you know where you're going. You're not making too much of a big deal out of your dreams and goals, but you do have them. And interestingly enough, people sometimes don't even know about your true dreams, goals, and targets in life because you don't like to talk about your ideas. Okay, you prefer to first manifest them and then share them with the world. So people can sometimes find you a bit secretive, as I said. They wonder how deep you are, not because you're not deep, but because you hide it. You do have this tendency to hide your depth, to hide your truth, your true desires, rather. Your big plans, even your opinions about the world. Sometimes you would try to not get too personal and subjective when you discuss world events or things like that. You don't want to go in conflict, and only you know what you truly think about certain situations in life, and you prefer not to, at least that's how people perceive it. You prefer not to go into confrontation with somebody about morals and ideas because you stand behind yours, but you're very adaptable and very open-minded to people's ideas and morals and values. That's why people feel comfortable to be themselves around you. They feel comfortable to be honest. They feel comfortable to share with you. Oh my gosh, yes, you're like this treasure, or like a like the Pandora's box full of everyone's secrets and maybe demons even, but you would never actually open that box. They're not sure why, but they trust you. People trust you. Five of Wands, frustration and opposition. Okay. And Four of Cups, contemplation, reevaluation. People feel like you are very selective with who you let close to you and your friends and circle. Especially like You guys don't like necessarily new people or surprises. As I said, you seem so extroverted, but you're really not. And you do like your comfortable, smaller circle of friends. You can keep a small talk. You can have a conversation with a stranger. It's not a problem, but you don't like it. It drains your energy, and this is when you go into this isolation mode where you need to spend time with yourself to get your energy back, to have and to re-invite your friends back into your life. And initially you would project kind of people, your friends or people around you have noticed that initially you would assume the worst about newcomers into your life. You would assume the worst, and then you have to get to know them before you change your mind. And still, even when you get to know them with the Four of Cups, you can be quite stubborn with changing your mind. You can be super open-minded with your close people, but with newcomers you're very harsh, and you do challenge them and you do play tests on them. Okay. Ace of Coins, recognition and success. People find you again down to earth, grounded. I think that people feel you guys have hidden talents and hidden treasures and an ability to manifest, but you may not be the richest person in the room, but you do have this aura about you, like if you want to become such, you would be. Or you're one of these people who, no matter how much you have in your bank account, nobody would really know because you won't overdo it with status and money. And again, this is highly appreciated. Um, hmm. And there is something about valuing the tradition of family. Perhaps some of you have want to have your own family really badly, or you really value the traditional structure of family. Um, you want to have kids, or you want to settle down, you want to get married. Again, you guys are going after your coin. You have your goals, you have your targets. But with the Ace of Pentacles and not any other Pentacles card, people don't see how you go about your money, but they see you with the manifestation with your hands, but they don't see the process to go get it. So yeah, it's like you guys keep your business, your talents, your creative projects secret. And there's a lot of curiosity around that, let me tell you. People are curious about how you do certain things. But if you ask me, keep it low key, keep it to yourself. Reflection, illusion, self-examination, and distortion. Yeah, sometimes people would wonder if you're deceiving them. Maybe sometimes they would feel like you are only showing them the good aspects of your life and you're hiding the bad, you're hiding the hardships. I feel like you guys do have a lot of secret admirers, and they are afraid to come approach you because they feel like there is something deep and dark about you that they don't know if they're ready to face it, or they feel like as much as Pile 2 is happy-go-lucky, what if suddenly they snap on me if I actually reveal my truth about my feelings? You know when people lie to you, Pile 2, that's for sure. People know that you know and they're scared of it. I think you guys, because you guys know a lot but you keep it low-key, you can sometimes not blackmail in the real sense, but people do feel threatened that you know stuff about them naturally, intuitively, or you guess correct and you subtly show them that you've guessed correct about their life, and they're like, how did pilots you know that? I better be careful with them. You know what? I feel people are a bit afraid that it's like you're very down to earth, but they're afraid of your potential. What if pilots you actually boss up and try to outshine everyone? They could actually do it. I'm so afraid of this. What if they actually level up big time? And you could be leveling up, but you're not pushing it in everyone's face. But if you do it, then what? They're a bit scared of this. Okay, one last card for you, pile 2. Too many. One last card, please. Harmony, power, self-confidence, and productivity. I think that's what people... This is what people are afraid of. Your self-confidence and your productivity, your 6th house energy, if they know how you're grinding and or what you're grinding towards, then they get spooked from because of your potential. Of course not everyone, but this is like what people do try to not show you, and they really secretly think about you, so you may really not know. Some of you may do know because, again, you have a strong intuition. But yes, they feel like you can become a master in your field, and you're just playing it cool and low-key, but it's actually a serious endeavor of yours. Okay, so that's what people feel about you. This is how you affect them. You definitely motivate you motivate them to be more self-reflective and self-examinative. People look within because of you. It's interesting, but yeah, they do look within because of you. So this is everything I have for you, okay? Pile 2, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you resonated. Let me know in the comment section below. Oh, one last thing. I'm getting that you usually trigger people's heart chakras. They really feel their heart awaken or somehow open up to healing when they connect with you. Okay, and their inner child as well opens up to healing. So last message, that was the last message. Okay, so pile 2, let me know if you resonated. Like and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done that already, and you can share my content or my readings if you resonate with them and if you feel like anyone you know could resonate with me as well. Thank you so much for spending this divine time with me and letting me read your cards. It was a pleasure, and I hope to see you next time. Bye. Hello, pile 3, and welcome to your reading. So you chose this crystal. Let's see, how do you guys connect with people? How do you affect them? How do they perceive you and your aura? So I'm getting a lot of music. Honor, okay, Corona Borealis, honor. So people do respect you. People feel respected and honored by you as well. They feel cherished. Leo, defeat. Okay, they feel like, you know, Corona Borealis and then Leo, they feel like with you, they're part of some sort of elite community or something. You may have Leo in the 8th house, Leo rising. People feel like you boost their shine, you boost their value somehow. They prefer to be your allies and friends than enemies because they would rather do that than be defeated by you or outshined by you. Oof, every pile, like, up until now, all piles are very powerful. I don't know who's tuning in with this video, but Orion, narcissism, oh my god. So yeah, people sometimes can perceive you as a bit narcissistic. Is it true? I'm not saying that, but it's how people see you sometimes. Okay, we do have some, or you guys could have Mars in Leo or Mars in Sagittarius. We do have some quite confident people in this group, like, and with Corona Borealis and Orion, it's like your confidence comes from your legacy, your ancestors, your past lives, your lineage. It comes from your spirituality, from your soul's origins almost, rather than material possessions in the matrix or something. So it's almost like people don't know where your power comes from, and this is what makes them fearful of you. Success, look at that. Oh my god, you guys can be CEOs, founders of companies, like, but also your soul is high quality. You've achieved so much spiritually, you've succeeded so much spiritually. Abundance, you must be joking with me. You have inherited a lot of money or a lot of power, a lot of abundance, a lot of 8th house, Jupiter in the 8th house, Mars in the 8th house, Jupiter in Scorpio, like, something, you've inherited something that comes from a lot of it comes from lifetimes of accumulation. It comes from your ancestors. It comes from hidden places. Oops, rejection. Okay, we have rejection. Yeah, people feel like they cannot cross you and it's very hard to connect with you. It's very difficult to establish a connection with you. So that's why you guys are of high value, because you don't just let anyone in your life. And for those who don't know you, they may feel like, even if you're not rich or something, they may feel like you're the richest person in the room or something like that. You just give off royalty vibes, if that makes sense. You give off royalty vibes, you're, sorry to say this in such a way, but you're physically, okay, I reworded it. You're physically attractive and alluring, and yeah, this is powerful. People see you as someone very magnetic and they don't know what it is about you. This is what scares them the most. They don't know exactly what is the it factor you guys have. It's like you're wearing an invisible crown and you have an invisible army behind you with Orion. You're protected. Oh, Ace of Coins. Okay, yeah. People feel like the universe is blessing you all the time. The universe has already blessed you, but it continues to do so. Okay. Okay, pile three. Who are you? Who are you, pile three? Leo, kings and queens. Six of Cups. You guys have suitors. You have admirers. People want to gift you things. People are generous towards you. People are very well mannered towards you. You're like this king, queen, prince, princess that the world somehow takes care of. At least this is how people perceive you. The Lovers and the Fool. They find you so lucky. They find you lucky, magnetic, attractive, desired. I don't know what else to say. Like, all the good things are coming out. Okay. You must be joking. So, hold on. Okay, yeah, you're like a child of the divine. And even with Adam and Eve here, it's like people really suspect that you have some special bloodline, you come from some special lineage. Spirituality and fulfillment, Ace of Cups. Ace of Wands, Ace of Cups. Yes, spiritual success, indeed. Now, the Ace of Cups can talk about a lot of ego. It can talk about a very well-formed identity. Um, so, some of you might find it paradoxical, but you have a lesson to let go of some of your physical matrix based powers and status, because I see that your soul has worked a lot on this legacy thing, and you've deeply identified with it, and people can sense it. People can sense this power of yours. People can sense your ancestors behind your back big time. But there is something about emptying the cup, you know emptying the vessel, the holy grail, out of the ego, um, and coming back to your spirituality. So I do feel like your life will take a huge turn at some point, Pile 3. If it hasn't already, you have a big contract where you're going to leave everything behind and you're going to go on a spiritual quest. And even then, people would feel a bit intimidated by your abilities and by your advancement. However, you you are supposed to leave behind some of these material blessings and attributes. I'm not saying go homeless, but I just see it as a soul contract where these will no longer be important. These will no longer be for you personally. Symbols of power, comfort, stability, security. You wouldn't feel satisfied with those things, and people will see this huge change. And it's almost like once you start to express your spiritual nature more, people will actually think that, oh, it makes a lot of sense, for that we felt like this person is such and such, because they actually have this deep spiritual background behind them, and they have this superhuman nature to them. The Lovers. Oh my god, alignment and harmony, justice, understanding and karmic balance, and the Chariot, direction and willpower. Yeah, I do feel you have a big karmic soul contract to leave behind certain things, seek spiritual balance, karmic balance. You will understand yourselves on a much, much deeper level than now, and this will trigger this huge transformation for you. Some of you do have this Anunnaki, Babylonian lineage. You have this thing going on in the astral plane of transmuting your soul into gold meaning just, your soul ascending, your consciousness ascension. Yeah, truly nobody can cross you. You guys are highly protected, and you may struggle with relationships because your ancestors are very picky of your partners. Your higher self is very picky of your partners. Because not everyone is on this sort of ascension journey. So I'm hearing we can't let this happen. The wrong love connection can make you really lose a lot of your progress. So people do see that you guys are on a journey of self-love and self-empowerment. They see that you are reaching that through a lot of your relationships. I do feel like your relationships, because you have the Lovers twice, I feel like your relationships are kind of exposed to the public, and people can guess what's going on, but they don't understand, of course, the spiritual dynamics behind those connections. That's why when you try to explain why you made certain decisions, friends may misunderstand you, or people may judge you. Eternal dance, movement, wheel of life, path of least resistance. You're a natural, pile 3, you're naturally drawn to some mysterious things, some unusual paths, and not everyone is willing to go down these journeys, these paths. Sacred Earth Mother, a message of love. You are loved by Earth now because she's blessing you with all the goodness she can, and you will be loved by Earth even when you give up certain of her blessings, even when you give up certain of the earthly blessings and manifestations. Rising, oh my gosh, rising above clarity, freedom, and solution. I feel like you guys, many of you, may enter communities, sisterhoods, brotherhoods that feel very sacred, very selective with their members. I just see that you've done this before and you're going to do it again, and I feel like the right community will recognize your soul's origin and they will accept you because of that, because they will recognize your blueprint, your true nature. And many of you are on the journey of becoming shamans and mystics and high priestesses and priests and clairvoyants and mediums. Like, you are on this journey of revealing the mysteries of Earth, the mysteries of all the schools on Earth. And this will completely alter your life and social status. How does your light work affect people? People feel like many of you guys are out of reach and out of their league, to be quite honest with you. What you want wants you. How you affect people with your light work. You help them connect to their true nature and to their true desires. And you show them how irrelevant certain and how manipulated certain desires are. You make them question their urges and tune into their higher self more. This is how your light work and your aura affects people. Listening for truth. Yes, absolutely. I cannot stop staring at this card. This is so freaking beautiful. You really help people tune in with their higher self, no matter where they are on their awakening spiritual journey. You just help them tune in with themselves. Listen to their higher self, hear their ancestors, hear their soul calling. Somehow, with your lifestyle and actions and everything, you inspire people to live more authentically. And to find out what is authentic to them. This is really beautiful poetry. And I keep staring at this card. The colors, the saturation of the colors, vibrancy, everything is just so nicely done on this one. And the dove is such a pure symbol of ascension of the soul. Yes, it's just a really beautiful one. I think I'm gonna capture this and post it on my Instagram and my community here, because I feel like it's a collective thing, this one. So let me know if you guys resonated. Of course, some things you may not be sure about, because this is how people perceive you and not necessarily how you think people perceive you. So yeah, but still let me know if this resonated intuitively, if it was beneficial, if it raised your awareness around how you connect with others and what you can work on or not work on. Thank you for spending this divine time with me. If you want to support my channel, you can like the video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done that already. And you can also share my content with friends or people who may resonate with my topics of pick a card readings. I would highly appreciate that. And this is everything from me. I hope you enjoyed it. Again, let me know. Sending you tons of love and appreciation for your presence. Bye.